Hi everybody. In the last several videos we've been talking about Dr. Bredesen's first book published in 2017 that had served as the first playbook for my dad, The End of Alzheimer's, the first program to prevent and reverse cognitive decline. We've specifically been talking about the ReCODE Protocol, which he details in the book. ReCODE for reversal of cognitive decline, which is a personalized protocol that addresses multiple factors contributing to someone's cognitive issues, bringing them back to optimal ranges and helping patients reverse disease and symptoms. Dr. Bredesen's team has helped hundreds of people reverse their cognitive decline, establish mild cognitive impairment, and Alzheimer's disease with this protocol as evidenced in successful studies in 2014, 2018, 2022, and current clinical trials. In episodes 10 to 14, we talked about that first testing phase of ReCODE that screens for all the risk factors that contribute to cognitive health and decline. Once this first phase is complete, a personalized protocol can be built out for the patient. Now, remember, Dr. Bredesen wants patients that have any lab values in abnormal ranges to bring these not just back to normal, but to optimal ranges through treatment. In the last video, we talked about the 9 foundational principles Dr. Bredesen wants everyone's treatment plan to follow. And today we're getting into arguably the most important program within the protocol, which pertains to diet. In episode 14, we talked about how Dr. Bredesen had found that most of his patients had some form of insulin resistance. Insulin resistance promotes cognitive decline, and for the best cognitive function, we'll need the opposite of it, insulin sensitivity. He found that patients that had the best results on the protocol all restored or improved their insulin sensitivity. For more details on that, go to episode 14. Dr. Bredesen's team formulated a dietary program based on very good research that promoted insulin sensitivity, minimized inflammation, reduced obesity, improved cardiovascular status, helped optimize hormonal response, and thus improved cognition. Now, before I get into this, I want to say that I've noticed that on the internet, people can get very tribal whenever diet is mentioned. There seems to be certain camps that are very entrenched about their way of eating. Hey, I can appreciate that, and I'm not saying that this is the diet that everyone should follow. What I am doing is presenting the dietary program that Dr. Bredesen's team has used to successfully help patients reverse established Alzheimer's disease and cognitive decline in patients for over the last decade. So that brings me to the anti-Alzheimer's diet. Dr. Bredesen calls this Ketoflex 12-3. Here are the foundational principles of Ketoflex 12-3. Number 1, the first part of Ketoflex 12-3 refers to ketosis, the process in which your body breaks down and burns fat for energy as opposed to carbohydrates for energy. Research studies that we'll get into in future videos have demonstrated how powerful ketosis can be for optimal cognitive function. To promote ketosis, Dr. Bredesen wants us eating a low-carbohydrate diet, minimizing simple carbs such as sugars, bread, white potatoes, white rice, soft drinks, alcohol, candy, cakes, and processed foods, and consuming healthy fats. This switches our metabolisms from carbohydrate burning and insulin resistant, which promotes Alzheimer's disease, to fat burning and insulin sensitive, which helps prevent and reverse it. Number 2, the Flex in Ketoflex 12-3 refers to a flexitarian diet. This is largely a plant-centric diet with an emphasis on non-starchy vegetables. Fish, poultry, and meat can be important components of this diet, but we really want to lean into the amazing healing compounds many plants have to offer. Number 3, the 12-3 part of the Ketoflex 12-3 refers to fasting times. Fasting is a highly effective way to induce ketosis, improve insulin sensitivity, and thereby improve cognition. The 12 refers to 12 hours between the end of dinner and the next day's first meal. The 3 refers to 3 hours as a minimum time between the end of dinner and bedtime. Number 4, Ketoflex 12-3 helps to prevent leaky gut and optimize your microbiome. Because the diet reduces or eliminates most inflammatory foods, our gut linings can heal and our microbiomes, the ecosystem of friendly bacteria in our gut that help us digest our food, can become healthy again. Beyond these foundational principles behind Ketoflex, here's some specific points Dr. Bredesen wants us to keep in mind. Number 1, make foods with the glycemic index lower than 35 the bulk of your diet. These won't raise our blood sugar and require significant insulin release. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts are preferred for powerful antioxidants. Number 2, avoid fruit juices in favor of whole fruit, which includes the fiber. Strong preference here for dark-colored berries like blueberries and blackberries, which are lower in glycemic load but high in antioxidants. Number 3, avoid the Bermuda triangle. This is what Dr. Bredesen calls the particularly damaging trio of when simple carbohydrates are combined together with saturated fat and there's a lack of fiber. Ice cream is a great example. Number 4, avoid gluten and dairy as much as possible. The state of wheat and dairy in our food supply has changed a lot over the years. This is a whole subject we'll get into in the future, but just know that removing these often removes much of the inflammation our guts face on a daily basis. Number 5, reduce the toxins by eating specific detoxifying plants. Additional cruciferous vegetables and detoxifying plants we can eat are cabbage, kale, radishes, arugula, bok choy, artichokes, garlic, ginger, among others. Number 6, include good fats in your diet, such as those from avocados, nuts, seeds, olive, coconut and MCT oil, fish oil. With carb content going down, fats will be the primary source of fuel that we lean on. Number 7, avoid processed foods in favor of whole foods. Simple rule for this one: if ingredients are listed, it's processed. Processing food introduces many damaging molecules like high fructose corn syrup, carcinogenic dyes, and neurotoxins like acrylamide. Number 8, fish are optional but preferred. Fish are an excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids, which are very important to cognitive health. Some fish are better than others for various reasons. We'll get into these in future videos. Number 9, meat is a condiment, not the main course. Dr. Bredesen has found that 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight works well. Anything beyond this may actually raise insulin levels for reasons we'll get into in the future. Number 10, probiotics and prebiotics should be included. Probiotics, helpful bacteria that help our digestion like lactobacillus species, can be found in fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, sour pickles, and miso soup. Prebiotics, which are the fibers that bacteria feed on, can be found in onions, garlic leeks, and dandelion greens. Number 11, digestive enzymes are helpful. If you've had acid reflux, digestive inflammation, or are over the age of 50, digestive enzymes available in capsules are very helpful when switching from a carbohydrate-rich diet to a good fat-rich one. Number 12, optimize nutrition and cognitive protection with supplements. Some of these include vitamin B12, B6, folate, vitamin D3, K2, and C. Number 13, specific herbs support synaptic function. Ashwagandha, rhodiola, and lion's mane mushroom have shown powerful effects on brain health. We'll get into more details about Bredesen's suggested supplements and herbs in future videos. And number 14, avoid damaging your food when you cook it. This goes especially for meat, where slow cooking over lower temperatures are preferred, to grilling and searing for minimizing inflammatory effects and preserving nutrients. Okay, I know I just threw a lot at you. This was meant to be a brief overview of Dr. Bredesen's Ketoflex 12.3, but this is a whole deep subject unto itself, as it is a core component of the protocol and has many moving pieces. We will be breaking down this dietary program in more detail in future videos, but for now, I'd love to hear from you. Have any of you tried a lower carb diet like Ketoflex 12.3, and how did you feel? If you found this information helpful, please feel free to share this video with anyone you think it could serve. And remember, I'm not a doctor. I don't have a PhD. I'm a caregiver and citizen researcher on the ground helping a loved one, someone just like you. This information is for educational purposes only. Please consult your medical practitioner before implementing any changes. Thank you for watching. My dad thanks you. Hope these resources are helpful to you and your family, and see you in the next video. Thanks.